That's the name of it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Off-Road Independence. My name is Eric McGrew, and about a year ago I showed you guys this suspension right here for my 2001 4Runner. It's an Old Man Emu moderate suspension. It's a medium grade suspension. It has the heavy duty shocks and springs, but it only lifts the truck about 1 3/4 to 2 inches. It's not their max lift. And so I thought that a year later I would come back to you guys and let you know how this suspension has worked for me. So what's the deal with this suspension and what kind of testing have I done with it on my truck? Well, first off, this suspension is a complete unit made by Old Man Emu that works together so that you can have a one purchase suspension without the guesswork for your truck. Now, that being said, that means that you get shocks and springs for the front and rear. So the front on my truck, of course, is a McPherson or a strut system, and the shock goes through the center. It has seats and the spring sits on it. It clasps in between the mounts on the chassis and the lower control arm, and then the rear is a separate spring with a separate shock that go in place. And with all of that in case, I decided to put it on this truck before we moved to Colorado from Georgia, and within that year, we have done a lot to this truck as far as use. Today, I'm out here in an upper area of a section of Uncompahgre National Forest, and as you'll see, it's rocky, it's rough, and I have done hundreds and hundreds of miles over the past year in that kind of terrain. Not only here, but out in Moab. I've done some areas up in Ouray and Ironton, Silverton area. And then also I drove a trailer that was, well, honestly, way overloaded for this rig's capacity, all the way from Georgia out to Colorado, through the mountain passes and everything. Plus, this particular truck made it all the way from Colorado, out from Georgia to Colorado, back to Georgia, and then back to Colorado. And in between all of that, I was able to do some wheeling and never had to do anything to the suspension. So what are my thoughts of it? Well, is it the best suspension for off-roading? No, it's not. You could buy custom-made suspensions that would work better for rock crawling or mudding or whatever you want to do, certain kinds of off-roading, desert running, whatever. But is this one of the best suspensions I've ever felt and used for a general purpose overland, daily use off-roading rig? Probably. It has a wonderful set of valves in it so that in off-roading it's soft and plush when you're going slow over rocks in different terrain, but on the highway you turn into a curve at 65, 70 miles an hour and it sags a little bit and then it locks, and it just gives you a steady ride around the curve even when my sway bars are disconnected. It doesn't leak after this rough abuse. It still runs just as smooth today and as soft today as it did when I bought it, and I really think this suspension is worth it. So are you looking at buying a new suspension? Well, if you are, Old Man Emu, who does not sponsor me, is definitely a suspension that I suggest, especially if you have a Toyota, because they really, really focus on Toyota and Nissan. But if you're not looking for an Old Man Emu suspension, there are other suspensions that I would suggest, and we'll go into what kind of suspension I think you should buy in a future episode. So I hope that this review gave you a little bit of an idea of what you can expect on Old Man Emu. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you come back to see more videos as well. So please don't forget to give me a thumbs up for a like on this video. Hit that share button, share it with friends and on different Facebook groups. And also, please don't forget to subscribe, and along with the subscription, hit that bell. If you hit the bell beside the subscribe button, that will notify you every time I put up a new video, and that way you won't miss any of the information I'm trying to bring to you guys.